Hello everyone, DMFF here, and if you've noticed on the channel, there's been a couple of videos of Marvel Rivals content. So I just wanted to take a moment and talk about Marvel Rivals a bit, my experience with shooters in general, and what I think of Marvel Rivals. So first off, I just want to start out with where I come from in regards to shooters. My very first shooter was Doom on a computer that my babysitter had. Shortly thereafter, I played Quake as well, as they picked that up for their computer. And both of those games is where I got my very first start in shooters. Beyond that, I moved on to GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, and the Turok series on the N64 for shooters. From then on, it was pretty much only those until the early 2000s when Halo released, and Halo quickly became my #1 shooter. I did also play Call of Duty, and have been playing Call of Duty on and off since the mid-2000s, I would say as well. I actually have a video going in depth into my story with Halo 2 and the LAN parties that I used to go to when I was a teenager. You should be able to find that either in the description, or maybe there will be something that pops up on screen, who knows? But anyway, I actually played in a lot of LAN parties back in the mid-2000s with my friends, where a group of 16 of us would all get together, bring our TVs and our modified Xboxes to be able to all connect together to have 16-player free-for-all madness. Or sometimes we would do 8v8 teams. We would change it up, but sometimes it was shotguns versus swords, or you know what I mean. I've played a lot of shooters. From Halo, I moved forward into mostly Black Ops in the 2010s. Predominantly zombies, but I did play competitive as well. I just really enjoyed zombies. It was a great game mode to play with friends, and I really enjoyed that too. I did also play Team Fortress 2 as basically my very first team hero shooter. Never really played it competitively, mostly just messed around with my friends and had a grand old time because it was a whole ton of fun. And I'm not quite sure when this came out and exactly when I was playing it, but Quake Live was an online multiplayer shooter that I very much enjoyed as well. I played that a lot with one of my friends online, played a ton of that. Another game in the mid-2000s that I played on the PC that I wasn't super good at, but I wasn't bad at it, and it actually had a super high skill ceiling. It was called Digital Paintball 2. Old game with some really wonky mechanics like paintball grenades and stuff like that, and being able to like wall jump and strafe jump to get increased speed. It was a crazy game. I don't even know if you can play it anymore. Part of me wants to look it up and see if you can. Maybe I'll do some old school DP2. After Black Ops 2 though, I pretty much stepped away from the Call of Duty series in general, and after Halo 4, I stepped away from the Halo series. I enjoyed Halo 4 for the most part, but I could see the direction that it was heading. Halo 5 being a dumpster fire, and I haven't played Halo Infinite yet. I do have it, and I do plan on playing through the campaign eventually, but now is not the time for that. Most of the 2010s I spent after Black Ops 2 not playing shooters at all. I was playing mostly League of Legends and Marvel Heroes. But I believe it was 2017, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds released, which, you know, the whole Battle Royale genre basically was popularized by this game. And I decided to pick up shooters again. Was I good at PUBG? Not really. But I played and enjoyed it anyway. From there, Fortnite came out, and I gave that game a try, and it really wasn't for me. Didn't really enjoy the building aspect. And that's around the time, 2018, is when Realm Royale came out, and my preferred Battle Royale came out to release. Realm Royale is basically like a hero shooter and a Battle Royale mixed together, except you basically make the hero yourself. There was various different classes, and you could get various different abilities and guns with these different classes. That was a whole ton of fun, and unfortunately, the game will be shutting down in its entirety later this year. And that's where Marvel Rivals comes into play. I did play a little bit of Overwatch in the past. I have never owned it, but a friend of mine has let me play on his account a couple of times. But Marvel Rivals does this hero shooter in such a way that I just have so much fun. This game does have microtransactions, but it is strictly for cosmetics. This I can live with. All of the heroes are available right away. You don't have to spend any in-game resources. No, none of that. You just get access to all of the heroes right away, which is fantastic. The roles in this game are Duelist, which is essentially the damage-dealing role in this game. Vanguard, which is essentially like a tank role in this game, but can also be more of a bruiser role as well. And Strategist, which is the primary healing and support role in this game. Every Marvel hero is a little different, so find your own flavor. I personally do main Scarlet Witch as a duelist, but I do also play Jeff the Shark and Invisible Woman as my supports. My wife even plays this game, and she actually mains Jeff the Shark. Her as Jeff the Shark and me as Scarlet Witch is definitely a force to be reckoned with. Moving on though, there are multiple game modes in this game. So you have your classic quick match, which is basically like the normal game in this game, and is a lot like competitive, except there is no elo attached to it and is a casual version of the mode. This mode and competitive mode are both based on objectives such as push the payload, capture the point, etc., etc. There's also typically a rotating game mode that will be rotating each season, I believe. It's still pretty early on, so I'm not 100% sure, but right now it is Quick Match Midtown, which is a little bit different than the regular Quick Match. It is always push the payload or defend against push the payload, and it happens on the same map every time, on Midtown. Prior to that, it was a Jeff the Shark mode where everyone was Jeff, and it was essentially like a Splatoon mode. It was a lot of fun. Then you have your arcade modes, as they're called in this game, and they are some really fun modes. Conquest is basically like a team deathmatch type of game, and is actually my favorite game mode in the game. It is what my wife and I play most often to have fun, though we will start playing competitive now that we are quite competent at the game. Finally, a new arcade mode was just released. It's called Doom Match, and it's a free-for-all. Kill as many people as you can and try to get the most kills. I know a lot of people really dislike this mode, but this is one of my favorite game modes to play alone. I, as Scarlet Witch, am very self-sufficient and can rely on myself to get the kills I need. I currently, as of the recording of this video, have a 100% win rate in Doom Match, and I chalk that up to the fires that I was forged in back in the Halo 2 LAN party days. The amount of time spent playing free-for-all, like 16 people, has forged me to be the perfect specimen for this game mode, and I just absolutely love it. I eat it up, and I will play it day in and day out, in between quick matches and competitive matches. There's also practice versus AI games, where you can choose where you would like to practice, but you can queue up with a team and play against AI to get better at the game. As I was mentioning before about paying for cosmetics only, there is a battle pass in this game. You don't have to pay for it. There are things in the battle pass that are free, that as long as you play, you can get some of these items. As a matter of fact, in this Battle Pass, there is a Scarlet Witch skin that you don't need to pay for the Battle Pass in order to get it. It's actually quite great. I know a lot of Battle Passes have this model, but it is a model that works. And again, you don't have to pay for anything that is going to help you in-game. It's all cosmetic, which I do appreciate. I know I personally will pay for this Battle Pass because I do want to support this game. So I guess that leads us in. What do I think of this game? Well, this is one of my favorite games that's come out in a very long time. I have not had this much fun with a game or a shooter since Realm Royale came out. And then before that, since like the days of Halo, really, or Black Ops 2, or Team Fortress 2. Those were all good times. But it's been a long time. Realm Royale came out in like 2018 and kind of fell off a cliff, 2020. And they tried to rebrand it and fix it up, and they just made more mistakes, and now it's going to be sunset sometime this year. But this captures the amount of fun and craziness that used to happen in some of the Halo games when I, was growing up in the mid-2000s as a teenager. The gameplay is so much fun, and I honestly, coming from playing some of these hero shooters and other shooters, I think this might be the best hero shooter on the market. And it just goes to prove that there is room for games within a genre. You just have to make sure the game is really good and really fun, and a really good experience for the consumer. You just get all the heroes right away. Look at League of Legends. You have to pay in-game currency for all these champions, and there's like hundreds of them. Get out of here with that. I know I've been playing League of Legends for a long time and quit earlier last year, at the beginning of last year, but I truly think that this game might very well be my premier competitive game going forward. This will be replacing Eternal Return in its entirety. Eternal Return has been completely frustrating and full of trolls, so I am no longer playing that game, and that's not what this video is about. This video is about Marvel Rivals. So what I think of this game is it is an excellent, extremely competent game within the genre, and has sparked a ton of fun and resurgence of wanting to play shooters. The game does have some bugs. Not very many. It is a very well-polished game, but there are still some connection error issues that we've had to diagnose, and we were able to fix ourselves, but these are bugs that do affect other players out there and can affect your matches, so keep an eye out for that. Overall, even though this game does have that one bug that I just issued and haven't really found any other bugs, this game, in my opinion, gets a 9.9 out of 10. This is a wonderful hero shooter, and I highly recommend you pick it up. Hopefully I'll see you on there. Hopefully I don't pure chaos you out of existence, but hey, maybe you'll be on my team. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this little video about Marvel Rivals. If you enjoy Marvel Rivals, let me know. Let's talk about it in the comments section. But anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.